Hi, welcome to Highly Embodied Yoga with me, Sam. Today we're going to be doing a shoulder and neck flow. So before we get started, go ahead and find a strap. This could be a yoga strap, it could be like a tie, it could be a towel, it could be any kind of strap that you can utilize to hold. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. A yoga block, and if you don't have a yoga block, you can use a book. You can use maybe like a throw pillow or something that you can just kind of hold and reach out. We're going to be using it in between our hands. And then also a blanket or a pillow. We're going to be doing this flow mainly seated and kind of moving in and out of seated and tabletop. And so at any point, I'll cue it if you need to stand up if your seated position is just getting a bit too much. If your legs are getting kind of tingly as they do, your legs start to go numb, your feet start to get kind of tingly. No worries. Some of these moves we can do standing, but I'm going to remain seated just um, for the framing of the video. So go ahead and have a seat and get comfortable. So get your blanket and go ahead and have a seat on your blanket. This just helps to elevate the hips so that we have a little bit more space. And then find a nice, comfortable cross-legged position. And then set your props over to the side for now. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here and then we'll get moving. So inhale, exhale. Just finding your own breath here. Just noticing the rib cage as it expands, feeling the ground underneath you, taking in any ambient sounds of the house or wherever you are. Gently let your next exhale be a little bit longer. And then starting really gently, let the right ear fall to the right shoulder. And we're not going to do anything crazy here. We're just kind of letting the weight of the head kind of rest down towards the shoulder. We're not cranking it over. We're not forcing it in any way. My type A personality people out there, we're not searching for any sensations. We're just letting the head rest to one side. If this feels fine and you would like a little bit more, again, we're not searching for any kind of crazy sensations here. Reach the left arm out to the side. Just fingertips on the ground. This just kind of reach and extend so that we get a little bit more into the shoulder and along the neck here. Again, stay here, or maybe you place the right hand on the head and we're not pulling, we're just kind of letting this little added weight of the arm. Continuing that slow in and out breath. Gently release the right hand, bring the left hand back towards the knees, and then drop the chin towards the chest. And just feel the length of the back of the neck. And again, we're not forcing anything. We're just letting the weight of the head kind of drop forward. Try not to lean the chest forward. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. And just follow the breath in and out. Gently rock the left ear over towards the left shoulder. And you can close your eyes or you can gaze at anything around the room. And then if you want to take that right hand gently out to the side, just fingers down towards the floor. We're not searching for any sensations. We're just letting the weight of the head kind of go over towards the left. And if you want to add that left hand to the head, Again, not forcing, not pulling, just adding a little extra weight. Relaxing through the jaw, relaxing through the face. Release the left hand, pull the right hand back, and then we're going to tip the head back gently, just kind of lifting the chin, lifting up through the nose. Again, try not to lean back, to keep the shoulders over the hips, and just lift the chin, just dropping the head back gently, not cranking it back all the way, just kind of finding some space in the throat. And bring the head to the center. All right, these next three moves are going to be extra slow. So bear with me here. We're going to do 8 counts over to the right. So take an inhale and just keep the breath moving freely. And we go 1, 2, 3, halfway there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keeping the breath moving. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Slower. 6, 7, 8. And back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stacking on top. We look down. 2. Slower than you want to go. 4, 5. Dropping the chin. 7, 8. Back to the center. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Just noticing how that felt and making a note of any kind of sensations that arose while we moved the neck. So sometimes in my body, sometimes when I do those really slow movements over to the side, I can feel almost kind of like a creakiness, or you can feel maybe some tension as you go to one side as opposed to the other. Just kind of making a mental note of kind of what you feel in that moment. So taking another breath, inhale, lengthening the crown of the head up. Exhale, feel the ground underneath you. We're going to move into some shoulder rolls. Inhale, we take the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, drop them down. Inhale, rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Continue this movement, nice and slow. Moving steady, free, and again, noticing any sensations that are arising. Maybe there's a knot in the back behind your shoulders. Maybe you're feeling some tension and maybe some openness happening underneath the armpits and around the chest and around kind of the collarbone area. Doing this again, maybe feeling the upper spine, the thoracic spine, where the rib cage meets the vertebra in the back. We'll go the opposite direction. So inhale, we send the shoulders back, up, forward, and around. And again, just letting this movement be nice and easy. And again, you can close your eyes here, feeling what's going on within the shoulders, all of the muscles that surround the shoulder blades and the rib cage. the muscles that are around and in front of the rib cage. Noticing any tension. Maybe you're getting some pops along the spine as well. No expectations to what you're experiencing, just allowing whatever's happening to happen. Good. One more. Good. And then just kind of shake it out. All right. Back. Here we are. We're going to go for a little side bend. So reaching the left arm out to the side and taking the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then maybe you reach over and then feel this long length through the side body. And then find that gentle breath. Maybe you bend the elbow. Maybe you stay straight. And then notice if that right hip has tried to kind of lift up to give you more space. Keep that right hip down, maybe even pressing that left hand into the floor, and then kind of reach through the shoulder, reach through the arm, and breathe into that right side of the body. Inhale, we come all the way up nice and slow. And then we take ourselves over to the other side. So that right hand reaches out. The left arm reaches up towards the ceiling first. And then we guide that left hand over, finding where it wants to land. Noticing the shoulders and paying attention to not trying to make any external shapes with the body, but feeling what's going on inside. Maybe you want to bend the elbow. Maybe you want to keep it straight. Notice that left hip, did it lift up? Getting re-grounded into the floor by pressing through the right hand. And then lift and reach up through the left shoulder, maybe reaching through the arm. It can be nice and gentle and kind of bent and soft. It doesn't have to be rigid and reaching really hard. Just breathing. Utilize the inhale to expand into that left side rib cage. Inhale, let's come all the way back up. We're going to do some seated cat-cow. So bring the hands to the knees. Inhale, lift the chest up, rock the head back, lift the tailbone, kind of rock the tailbone back. Exhale, round yourself forward, maybe pressing into the knees with the hands, dropping the chin, tucking the tailbone under. Moving here with your own breath. The inhale sends the chest forward, and the exhale sends the chest back. Allowing the pelvis to rock, sending the tailbone up, and then rocking the tailbone underneath. Getting into the shoulders. As you send the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. And then as you rock forward, spread the shoulder blades along the back. Allowing the head to gently drop back, lifting the chin. And allowing the head to go forward, dropping the chin towards the chest. Let's do 2 more here. Just feeling the movement of the spine. Great. Coming back to the center. Let's move on to our hands and knees just to give our hips and our legs a little break. Again, we're going to be moving between these 2 poses a lot. If you want the blanket underneath your knees, you are more than welcome to set the blanket underneath your knees. It's nice to have that little extra padding sometimes. You don't have to, it's optional. Find where you want the hands and the knees. Knees kind of like hips distance apart, and the feet can be tucked or untucked, whichever feels better for your knees and your legs. And then your hands are about shoulder distance apart. And then you can kind of turn the fingers towards, the index finger towards the corner of the mat, kind of turning the fingers outward slightly. This is going to give your wrist a little bit more stability. And then while we're here, just to kind of go over the wrists a little bit, we're not dumping. our weight into our wrist. We're shifting the weight more forward into the fingertips and into like this portion right here along the hands. You want your weight evenly distributed all along the fingers, the knuckles, and then kind of less pressure in the wrist. If your wrist gets sore from being on the hands a lot, this is going to help. It's going to help build the strength that you need to stay on the hands. So moving through cat-cow again, inhale, we drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the head, and exhale, round the spine. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Moving nice and slow through here, just a few rounds. One more. Great. Find a neutral spine here. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to bring it behind the head. We're going to inhale. We're going to lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop that elbow down towards the floor and towards the left wrist. It doesn't have to go all the way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Feel what's going on in the shoulder and in the spine. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop it down. Good. Inhale, open, reach, lift. And then exhale, we're going to drop the shoulder down. And maybe you take your book or your pillow or what your block or whatever you have, and you can let the shoulder kind of rest onto that block. And then allow the head to relax, allow the neck to let go, and breathe. And if your shoulder makes it all the way down to the floor, then let it go all the way down to the floor. But if you need that extra support, allow yourself to have that extra support. Can you send the right hip gently back? And can you kind of relax the right shoulder down towards the floor, the block, the pillow, wherever it landed? And then the top arm, your left arm, it can stay exactly where it is, or you can reach it overhead, reaching towards the top of the mat. You can send that left arm up towards the ceiling, or you can send it behind the back. Maybe it lands on that triangular bone kind of right at the low back, or you can reach around towards the thigh. But wherever you are, notice your breath. Notice any sensation you feel on the inhale. And then notice how it changes on the exhale. Good. Notice everything that's touching the floor. Keeping the breath nice and steady. And then if you took that top arm in any other position, kind of plant it kind of in front of your face there. Inhale, press the left hand into the floor to unwind, and then send that right arm back up towards the ceiling. Place that right hand back down. Move through a gentle cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Notice the difference in the right and the left side. Exhale, round. Back to neutral. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. The left hand comes behind the head. Got to move my braid. Here we go. Inhale, we lift the elbow up. Exhale, we drop it down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. All right. Next time that you take it up, reach that arm up towards the ceiling And then exhale, thread that arm through, dropping that shoulder down towards the floor. Maybe you want a block, a pillow, a blanket. You find what works for you. Take as much time as you need to kind of find where you want to be. Notice the breath. Notice the head and the neck. Make sure you're not holding too much tension there. Letting the neck be free. And then send the left hip just kind of gently back, like you're sending that left hip bone back. And then just kind of melting the left shoulder down into the floor, just letting it be heavy. And then just like the other side, this top right arm can stay where it is, or you can send it overhead, or up towards the ceiling, or around the back. Notice the breath. Notice any sensations you're feeling in the shoulder and the neck, maybe along the left back side of the body. Notice everything that's touching the floor or any support that you have. Shoulder, the arm, the temple, the knees, maybe the hand. Good. Gently unwind, reach that arm. Send it back in front of your face if you moved it. Press into the floor. Unwind. Take it all the way up on an inhale. And then setting it back down on an exhale. Coming back to our tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round. Good. Coming to sit either on our knees or coming back to that comfortable seated position. We're going to find our block or our pillow, whatever you have. It doesn't have to be fancy. Mine is kind of chewed up from my dog that you might hear over there. The puppy phase was rough. So let's take our block or whatever thing that you have grabbed around your house. Reach that block forward and then kind of squeeze with the arms. Just squeeze in. And then notice where the shoulders are, kind of like move the shoulders and kind of see how the shoulders, as they move, it interacts with the block. All right. As we inhale, we're going to pull the shoulders back. This is going to pull the block towards you, but you're not going to bend the arms. I'm going to turn this way so that you can see maybe a little bit better. So we're going to pull the shoulders back. We're not leaning back, just pulling the shoulders back. As we exhale, we're going to reach the shoulders forward. This is going to pull the fingers and the block away from you, allowing the shoulder blades to spread across the back. Inhale, we pull the shoulders back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Just thinking about moving the shoulder blades towards each other and then pulling the shoulder blades away from each other. Good. Again, inhale, we pull in. Exhale, we reach out. With the reach out, send the block up and overhead. And maybe you find that you can't reach it all the way up. Maybe it gets kind of stuck right here. Wherever you land, stay here. Draw the belly gently in as if you're kind of knitting the ribs down and kind of knitting the hip bones up. Keeping a nice long spine. Keep reaching up through the block. Wherever your shoulders landed, you might start to feel a little burden in the shoulders, and that's okay. Exhale, we're going to send the block down. Keep spreading the shoulder blades. Inhale, we send the block up. Exhale, we come down. Inhale, we come up. If you're using a heavy book, this is going to get, your shoulders will feel it much faster than with this foam block. We'll do a few more. Inhale, we come up. And exhale, we go down. Keep spreading through the shoulder blades. Inhale, we come up, spread. Exhale, we come down. One more here. Inhale, we come up. You got it. And exhale, down. Good. Set the block over to the side. Shake the shoulders out. Whew. Good. All right. If you're on your knees, you can come off of the knees, finding a nice and comfortable seated position. Again, you can sit on the blanket, you can sit on a pillow, whatever you'd like to do here. If you would like to stand, if you're like, I'm done sitting, that's okay. You can come to stand, take your time, feel the feet underneath you, feel a nice long spine, take maybe a couple of shoulder rolls. And then you can do this movement that we're about to do from a standing position. Make sure that you keep the shoulders over the hips and you keep that grounded feeling through the feet. And then if you're seated, same thing, shoulders over the hips, but we're keeping our sitting bones grounded as opposed to our feet. Take the arms out long, out into a T. All right, we're gonna make circles with the fingers, and these can be kind of small little circles, just a steady breath, in and out through the nose. Good. Reach out through the fingers, and then we'll go the opposite direction. And again, you might start to feel a little fatigue, a little burning through the shoulders, and that's okay. Good. Coming back to the center, reaching out nice and long, and then letting the hands come gently down. Shake the shoulders out. All right. Arms out to a T again. We're not doing circles. We're going to take the right arm under the left, and so we're going to cross here at the elbows, and then bend the elbows so that you kind of make a position here. This might be enough, and if this is enough, hold your shoulders. If you can, bring the hands around so that they kind of bring the palms together. You kind of cross kind of at the wrist a little bit. This is called eagle arms, and again, if this isn't available, hold on to the shoulders. This is perfectly acceptable. Wherever you are, we inhale, we lift the elbows, and kind of think of that cat-cow spine. So we lift the chest, we drop the head back, we lift the tailbone, and then as we exhale, we round forward, and you should feel this in the shoulder blades, kind of reaching the elbows down towards the floor. And then we inhale, lift and reach the elbows up, and exhale, reach down. Do this a few times. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale down. And if you're standing, you can take a nice bend into the knees, keeping this movement free and easy. Good. Coming back through the center, stacking the head over the heart, over the hips. Take the arms out wide. Good. Take the left elbow underneath the right, either crossing at the wrist or holding onto the elbows. I'll hold the shoulders this time. Inhale, we lift the shoulders, we lift the chest, we lift the elbows. Exhale, we round forward, drop the elbows down. Inhale, we lift the elbows, we lift the chest, we drop the head back. Exhale, round forward. Good. Continue to move here, feeling whatever sensations that you're feeling. Good. Coming back to the center, taking those arms out nice and wide. And then setting the fingertips down, shake it out. Maybe rock the head gently side to side, gently up and down. Okay, we're going to come back onto the hands and the knees. Just kind of switching from one thing to another here. All right. So we're going to do that same thing that we did with the block, but we're going to do it from our tabletop position. So find where you want the knees, where you want the hands, find a gentle drawing in of the belly just so that we can keep a long spine. And then without moving into the spine like we did in those cat-cows, we're only going to move the shoulders. So we're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, kind of dropping the chest gently down towards the floor without rounding. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then press into the floor with the hands. Spread the shoulder blades across the back, again without rounding. Keeping the spine long. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, press the floor away. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, press the floor away. Terrence has joined us. He has his peanut butter jar. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, press the floor away. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And press the floor away. Once more, squeeze through the shoulder blades. And press the floor away. Sink the hips back. Find a child's pose. You can let the knees go wide, big toes to touch. Rest the chest and the head down towards the floor. If you want, you can bring a block into play at whatever height that you'd like, resting the head down. Always knowing that you can have as much support as you need throughout your practice. You can place a blanket or a pillow underneath your hips as well. If your hips don't easily reach your feet, you can place a big firm pillow underneath the belly as well. A big stack of pillows is nice here. We'll be here just for a few more breaths. One more. Good. Coming back up. And again, you can choose to stand for this one. You can choose to kneel, or you can choose to sit, whichever one feels better for you and your body. And again, if you're coming up to stand, make sure that you ground through the feet. And we're going to find our strap, whatever that looks like for you today. You know, I've used a towel, I've used a t-shirt, I've used, you know, random objects throughout my house. I think I've even used like a charger at one point. So anything can be used as a yoga prop. You don't have to buy any kind of fancy equipment to make the yoga work for you. With this strap, we're going to reach it shoulder distance apart. So don't have it too wide and don't have it too narrow. Just kind of send your arms out in front, look at your shoulders and make sure that they're reaching out, and then hold the strap. And if you are using a yoga strap, I like to hold the buckle. I have smacked myself in the face with it, so I always hold the buckle. Reach the strap out in front and then pull on the strap so that you're creating a little tight tautness through the strap here. And then find kind of a neutral position with the shoulders. Draw the belly kind of gently in, just making sure that we're not collapsing through the spine. Reach the head up. Ground down either through the feet or the hips. Good. We're going to do that same thing. So we're going to inhale, lift up through the arms, except for now we're pulling the strap apart as opposed to squeezing a block. And then exhale, we're going to lower the arms just back to shoulder distance. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. And you might not go as high as I do, and that's okay. Inhale, we come up. And exhale, we come down. Been practicing yoga for over a decade, so my practice and what I do might look different than what you do. Continue moving here. We all start somewhere. The external shape doesn't matter, it's the internal experience. Good. All right, we're going to take the strap wide, and the wideness of the strap is going to determine what you have available in the shoulders. So we're going to send the arms up, and then as you exhale, you're going to send the arms back behind, and you might be like, oh no, I can't go. Widen the strap wider so that you can go all the way back. And then we'll inhale, we come all the way up to the top, and then exhale, we come all the way down in front. You might be able to walk this strap in. We come up and around. We come up. You can kind of send the shoulders up to the ears as you do this. Try not to bend the elbows, but if you need to kind of bend the elbows to get around, you can. But we're not doing this for the elbows. We're doing this for the shoulders. So you really want to feel this in the shoulders. Finding that good distance of the strap to continue moving up and back on the exhale, and then up and forward. So every time that the strap goes up, we inhale, and every time the strap goes down, we exhale. We'll do this several times here. This is called shoulder flossing, and it's great for the shoulders. So again, paying attention to any sensation that you're feeling, making sure that there's like stretching or lengthening, but never any sharp pain. So if you have like a tear or something going on in your shoulders, this might not be the best move for you. Always check with your doctor or your physical therapist. That's why we honor the body and we pay attention to what is happening within us without trying to do things that other people do, without listening to our own body first. Just a few more times here. Good. Coming all the way up and around. This will be the last one. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. And exhale back. Okay, sending the strap all the way back up. Taking the right arm towards the right ear and keeping the strap lengthening. And then keep this arm, the right arm, reaching up. And then take the left arm and reach it back behind you. And keep reaching up with the right and back with the left. But don't turn. Keep the shoulders square to the front and just reach. Lengthen, pull the strap. Well, you're going to pull the strap apart and breathe. Good. Come back through center. Inhale. Take that left arm up. Same thing. Reach the right arm out to the side and then reach the right arm back behind you. Keep pulling the strap. Keep reaching up. Keep reaching back. Keep a long spine. Notice the rib cage. Feel the ribs as you breathe. Inhale, we come back through the center, drop the strap down. And good news is we are done with the strap. So set the strap over to the side. And again, shake the arms out. Okay. One more move and then we'll be done. Finding our tabletop once again. Hands and knees, find out where you want to be. Take your time to arrive. If you came down from standing, find that position of your hands. Moving through a cat-cow once more. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round through the spine. 3 rounds here, moving with your own breath. Back to the center. All right. We're going to walk the hands forward. We're going to find what's called a puppy pose. So with the hands forward, keep the hips lifted. Try not to send them back like we would for child's pose. Keep them lifted and just drop the chest down. And maybe you get about halfway. Maybe your forehead can reach the floor. Maybe you want to bring a block to rest the head on. And just keep reaching the fingers forward. Keep reaching through the hips backwards, but don't send the hips back. Think about lengthening through the spine. Good. And then wherever you got, you can leave the block there if you like the block, or you can take the block away. We're going to do kind of a cat-cow from this position. So we're just going to, it's not going to be too much in the spine, mainly in the shoulders. So we're going to inhale, just kind of come up and out, kind of lifting the back of the heart up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, kind of drop the front of the chest down. Inhale, lifting the back of the heart. And exhale, drop the chest down. Few of these. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, and we'll stay. So find where that stay is for you. Again, if you want to place a block underneath the head, if you want to take the head all the way to the floor, make sure that it feels okay on the shoulders. You don't want more than like 50-60% sensation here. So if you're like, whoa, this is a lot, back off. It doesn't have to be a lot. Keep a steady breath. We're going to come all the way down to the floor. So onto the elbows. Taking your time again to make it all the way down. You can be on the blanket. You can pull the blanket or the pillow all the way away. Lift one leg and kind of reach it back, and then lift the other leg and reach it back so that you create space in the hips. You want to feel the front of the hip bones kind of on the floor, and you can adjust the belly as you need. Kind of lift up the rib cage and kind of send the rib cage a little bit forward. Your elbows can be as far forward as you need, depending on your availability through the upper back. Take the tops of the feet and press them down into the floor. And maybe your kneecaps lift off of the floor as you engage through the legs, kind of lifting and pulling the front of the thighs in. Find a gentle pressing of the hip bones into the floor. And then grip the floor with the fingertips. And then pull the elbows back as you simultaneously pull the chest forward, gazing forward. Slow and steady breaths here. Again, your elbows can be as close or as far away from the body as you need. Gently send the gaze over your right shoulder. Press the left top of the foot into the floor. Slowly pull the head back, gazing forward, and then over to the left, really pressing the right top of the foot down into the floor. Breath is even. Feel the sides of the rib cage here. Back through the center. Again, grip the floor, pull the elbows back, lift the chest, press the feet, lift the crown of the head, breathe. And then drop the elbows to the side, make a little pillow, reaching, placing one hand on top of the other and resting the forehead down. Tuck the toes. Allow the heels to rock side to side. Bend the knees. Allow the feet to rock side to side. Bring the feet back to the center, dropping the feet down. Bringing the hands beside the rib cage, tucking the toes under, and gently pressing yourself all the way up. And then we're going to go all the way back into our child's pose. And here I want you to take your time to get there. You can do the knees together. You can do knees apart. If you want to place that blanket kind of right behind your knees on top of your calves, gently sending the hips back, resting the chest down, bringing the head to a block, a pillow, or the floor, and just notice the low back. We didn't do much in the low back other than our kind of spinal movements, but the Sphinx pose that we just did kind of contracts the back. So with every breath here, notice that lengthening through the low back. Allowing each breath to kind of create a little bit more space. And if you took knees wide, maybe you want to move towards knees together. And if you took knees together, maybe you want to move to knees wide. Just changing it up a little bit. And wherever you have landed, bring the palms together and then bend the elbows. And then the palms together will come kind of over your head. This might already be enough through the triceps, the back of the arms. You can also reach the elbows more forward, kind of dropping the chest down, and then reach the fingers back towards the back of the neck, towards the back of the heart. Slowly release the arms back down. Coming all the way back up, nice and slow. Finding our comfortable seated position. Stacking the shoulders over the hips, the head over the shoulders. It's going to take one more move to release the shoulders, taking the right arm across the body. And take the left hand and kind of hold the forearm. And then try not to reach the shoulder over, drop the shoulder back and down, and just kind of pull the arm across the body. And just notice wherever it lands. You want to kind of feel a lengthening through the side of the shoulder, side of the arm here. And then same thing on the other side, taking the left arm across the body, holding the forearm with the right, dropping that left shoulder back and down. Dropping the hands down. Take the right ear over to the right shoulder. Drop the chin down. Left ear to left shoulder. Gently dropping the head back, lifting the chin, lifting up through the nose. And then moving nice and slow through gentle neck circles. So imagine that you have a pin on the end of your nose. And you're making just some nice big circles with your nose. Once you make it all the way back around to the bottom, go the opposite direction. Again, just noticing any sensations that you're feeling in the neck. And then once you're back at the bottom, bring your dominant hand to the forehead, lift the head, stack it back on top. Notice the breath. Notice the heartbeat. Feel the ground underneath you. Bring the hands over the heart. Inhale, lift the chest to the thumbs. Exhale, ground down into the floor. Expand outward. Inhale, take up space. Exhale, bring it back into the center of the body. Lift, lengthen, grow tall. And exhale, soften and relax into the body. May you take this practice with breath and awareness, lengthening and finding sensation through the body with you off the mat and into your daily life. Honor the body, honor the mind, and honor the soul. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining. Let me know in the comments down below how this made you feel in your body, and if there's any particular video that you'd like to see next. Until next time, bye.